everybody. Thank you for stopping in. Hope you guys all had a great 4th of July. In the spirit of our nation's birthday, I'd like to thank all the men and women who serve our country to keep our country free, just like all the men and women did way back then. Thank you all for your service. But that's not what today's video is about. Today we're talking about my truck specifically and the oil that's in it. You guys remember a while ago I decided to try Amsoil. It has great reviews. If you guys follow Project Farm, we actually did a big comparison on it, and it actually won his little shootout deal, his bracket style tournament. However, I don't feel like I'm having very good luck with it. I mean, this engine has roughly, the rotating assemblies, pistons and rods have roughly 80,000 miles, and everything else is brand new, but it just seems like I have a lot of noise from this engine, and I don't have great oil pressure. At idle, it's got about 40 to 45 PSI, which is not great. It seems fine when I'm going down the road, but when it gets really warm, it's really not that great. This is the oil I was going with. This is full synthetic, their signature series. This stuff is not cheap. I know it won that guy's deal, but I mean, that is not the end all be it all. Maybe it's good for some vehicles, not others. I've always heard that if you haven't ran synthetic on an engine its entire life, it's not good to switch to it. And I'm kind of seeing that in this because chances are this engine didn't have synthetic in it when it was brand new. So I'm going to go back to the synthetic blend that I've always used. I've always used Valvoline, the 50/50 synthetic. Pennzoil was another good brand. It got second place. So maybe we'll try that, see if they have a synthetic blend. But full synthetic for me, I think, is not working. I'll fire it up right now and you'll hear the lifters tick on startup, which is not good. That means a lot of the the mating contact surfaces aren't staying lubricated overnight. And this was driven yesterday, so I'll show you. So I'm not sure if you're able to pick up any of that over the GoPro, but it ticks, and as warm as it is out right now, it's not like it's having a hard time getting oil to the bearings. It's warm. It was 80, almost 90 something degrees yesterday, 88, 90. So it was warm. So we're gonna go back and see if I get some better luck with stuff you can get from Wally World. This is why I'm not using Amsoil anymore. So we're gonna drain the oil, and I did notice last time that on the magnet had a lot more material on it than it normally does. Normally I never really noticed much on the magnet. This could have been a couple things, not necessarily the oil being too thin. I did put new heads on it. It does have a new cam. A lot of things coming on and off, so it could have been stuff picking up from all the new parts on it. That is possible. This oil has roughly 1,000 miles on it, so we'll be able to tell. It's not like I just put it in and took it right back out. So I'm just going to drain it. If it's only 1,000 miles, the filter's still good. I'll just run it for a little bit longer with the other stuff. The other stuff's pretty cheap. Not like the Amsoil, which is kind of expensive, but here we go. We got the drain plug out, and just like before, there's no chunks. I guess only time will tell, but magnet's picking up, I feel like, more gunk than normally does, but so we'll change it to the Valvoline. Wipe this off real quick. See, that's the color the magnet should be. That's with nothing on it, all wiped off. And there's, like I said, no chunks. Maybe it's normal, maybe it's not, I don't know. I just feel like the engine is more noisy than normal. So we're going back to Valvoline, the high mileage synthetic blend. I've used this stuff for a long time. It's pretty good stuff, so we're gonna go back to it and see if it improves anything. Now, do I think Amsoil is bad oil? No. But do I think it is right for every application? No. So for my truck, it does not feel like it's the best fit for it. It's a little more noisy than I would like it to be. So Well, I keep saying that, so we're gonna fill it back up and see how it sounds. So I got the same oil pressure. Granted, we didn't completely change the fluid, so there's still some Amsoil in there. But I guess this is what it is, what this truck gets. Engine does, however, sound quieter. You can see we got 900 roughly miles on the oil change. I just use my tripometer to count my oil changes. I don't need it for anything else. It doesn't get good mileage, so I don't really care to figure it out. But when you rev it up, it goes up pretty high. So I'm happy with that. The engine sounds happier. So, you know, Amsoil, I'm not gonna lie, they sell you. They give you a good pitch. It sounds great, and I'm sure for some people it works really great. But for me, I just didn't feel like it was worth the cost. This stuff is significantly cheaper. I've used it for a long time, never had any problems. So this is what we're sticking with. Now we gotta change the oil in the Colorado, but you guys don't need to see that. That's boring. So again, I'm not sure if you can pick it up on the camera, but it definitely sounds better. I know they're both 530, you know, weight, but full synthetic oil, like the molecules of it, the little itty bitty bits of it, are thinner. Way back when I first bought this thing, I thought I was going to be cool and put full synthetic in it, even though it had 150,000 miles on it. And first thing I did is put some Mobil 1 full synthetic in it, and it ticked a lot worse than it did with conventional or part synthetic. So needless to say, that was the only time I put synthetic in it. And then from then on, it was the Valvoline part synthetic, and I've never had a problem, so I'm going back to it. This Amsoil was full synthetic. If it had been in the truck its entire life, it's probably fine, but not for me. Now, it's not bad oil, it's great oil. If you want to spend the money on it, by all means go ahead. I just don't see the point in it. Just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I know some of you guys are going to lose your minds because we put a little synthetic, or mix the Amsoil with the Valvoline. I don't care, it doesn't make a difference. People say you can't mix them. I just did, so deal with it. It's not a big deal. It's oil, it's better than nothing. And I'm not going to waste an oil filter. It only has 1,000 miles on it, so we can run it till, you know, 3,000 miles or so. Then we'll change everything out, and, you know, it mixes together, not a big deal. But I believe that was going to do it for this video. Once again, thank you for stopping in. Thank you to all the people who have served and who are serving our country, just like the men and women did back in 1776, you know, when we declared our independence. Take care, and I will see you guys next time.